Hello, this is Terry. In another video, Ashley showed you how to make the entries for the meals, add foods, recipes, all that kind of fun stuff. Now, I just want to go over a few key things that we're looking for. So first of all, keep in mind that it does not have to be exact. Get us a ballpark of what you're eating. Don't spend too much time trying to look through all of the different options for the foods. Just pick your best choice, scan the items, do the best that you can. Would like you to do about 2 days to give us some information to look at. And what we're going to be looking at is the total number of calories that you're consuming each day compared to your goal. So for example, this is not a complete entry, but it will express the idea. So if you were to take in 686 calories and your goal was right around 1700, your body would go into starvation mode. So it's going to be set up to use your muscle for energy and store your body fat. So that's one key thing that we're looking at. The other is going to be the ratio of protein, carbohydrate, and fat. Everybody's going to be different with this, but once you find the ratio that works best for your body, your blood sugars are going to be much more manageable and stable. Your energy is going to be consistent throughout the day, and we're going to help you learn how to do that. But what you're looking at is the total grams of carbohydrates, fats, and protein. Now, we will be able to show you or do the conversions for the ratios for you to figure this out, but just looking at the grams, these being your goals, this is what you're actually eating, or this is what you actually ate. This is what would be remaining. So this means that you are 19 grams over your daily total when you have a minus sign in the red down here. And this means that you have more calories or grams to consume for the day. So you can see from this that the fat content is very high compared to the carbohydrate. And the protein carb content is very high compared to the fat and the carbs. Now, when you add in other calories during the day, these ratios will change. So we're looking at the total day for the ratios first, and then working on fine-tuning each meal for that. But what you will find from something like this is typically most people need more carbohydrate than fat. How much depends on the person. And again, we're going to help you figure that out. But when you eat a higher amount of protein than carbohydrate, what will happen is the satiety of the meal will be affected and your energy levels. So usually two signals to look at for this are going to be how full you feel after a meal and how much energy you have after a meal. So if you feel tired, like you're nodding off within 15 to 20 minutes after a meal, that means that the ratio was incorrect. So in this example, your carbohydrate was too low compared to your protein. So we'd want to add a carbohydrate to this day to increase the total calories, the carbohydrates, maintain the protein levels, and that will change your ratios. And again, we'll go over that with you on an individual basis, but I wanted to give you the idea of that. The other thing to look at here is the sodium content is very high. Now, how this is set up, it shows that your sodium, well, it shows sodium and sugar. So what you would do in this particular case is go into your settings, and you can change what the 5 nutrients that are tracked. So if we change this to potassium, then come down and hit Save Changes. Go back to your food diary. Now it's going to show the potassium levels. Now, more important than just the sodium level for the day is the potassium level. And what you're looking at is a 1 to 2 times ratio. So roughly you'd want twice as much potassium as sodium. That's a really good rule. But if you did half, 50% more sodium, that's in the ballpark. So here again are your goals. You're shy on potassium. So then the options would be either to eat more fruits and vegetables, which are rich sources of potassium during the day, to counter the sodium, or add a potassium supplement. But those types of things are what we're looking for with these entries. And again, we only need a couple days. Now, once you are done with that, the other thing that is a big factor is your water consumption. And again, you can change the units in the settings section if you want to go by ounces versus cups, but adding in the cups of water, and this is going to be very important for blood sugar um, balancing. So if you are dehydrated, your blood sugar levels tend to be higher. So water is a big factor in this, and we want to track that and work with how many cups or ounces your body needs per day. It's based mainly on your lean body mass, how much sodium you take in compared to the potassium, and how much activity you're doing that involves sweating. So those are the types of things we're going to look at. So when you're setting up your account, make sure that you set up an username, email address, and a password that you're comfortable sharing with us, and we'll be able to take a look at this with you also. And last thing I want to make a note on is you can look at any kind of specific report in here. You can track your weight, your calories, the carbohydrates. It's going to show how it is affected on a daily basis once you have more entries. I would encourage you to look at this as much as you would like. And then also for the units, if you do a search on the internet for a unit converter, this is one that shows up, unitconverters.net. You can change length, temperature, all sorts of things, but the weight, you can check the grams, convert it to ounces, back and forth. So if a food item comes up and it says it's in grams, but you need ounces, just go to this converter, click in 28 grams, and it will tell you how many ounces. So roughly 28 grams is equal to 1 ounce, real close. And then you can enter in the entries into FitnessPal much easier. Again, don't get stuck with it has to be perfect. Just give us the idea of what you're doing over a couple days, and we will give you feedback on some changes that would help with fat loss, weight loss, lean body mass gain, and managing your blood sugar. I hope all of this helps.